Good morning, welcome to Lentera. Let's get into our reading for Thursday, August 28th. Starting out the day, we have Nine of Cups, which came in reversed. There's a few things to call out about this card. This is about emotional and dream fulfillment, but there's something interesting in the way this figure has his arms crossed and he looks a little smug. So, especially reversed, this could read as a little bit like I see it as a closing off from others. It's almost like you don't want to share. Like today you're feeling like you're starting to see glimmers of the things that you've accomplished or manifested, but you're almost your energy is maybe a little too isolated, that you're like, yeah, I've done this, what have you done? So the card that came through, and we had this yesterday too, is this porcupine and anemone card for boundaries. So, and this is also why I'm reading this card as more smug, because I think there's something here of like you've collected your quills as a protective, and maybe that's worked for you, but it's also at the expense of, not at the expense of other people, but almost at the expense of your own loneliness or your own isolation, which feels unnecessary. So keep that in mind as you start your day. For the energy that's blocked, again, following us through the week, we have this Ace of Swords. So there's a few things to note about this card too. Is this card, the hand is gripping the sword by the blade. So there's an extremeness here in how you're manifesting action, and reverse to you, this is about a lack of clarity. And I think it's almost with the hand gripping the blade, it's almost like you're hurting yourself. Like there's an easier handle to hold down here, but you're almost like leaning too far into action, and you're almost doing it without that clarity. And the card that came through with that is the antelope and wheat for nourishment. And antelopes especially, they travel in packs. So there's a message coming through here about your orientation with other people, and it's almost, I'm getting like you've done things alone, maybe because you've had to, but there is an opening up to community that is not happening that could really benefit you. And it's almost, I'm just getting like someone might be able to point out to you that you can actually hold the handle and you don't have to hurt yourself. Like you can get just as much clarity by doing things an easier way, or without taking shortcuts almost. But you need to open yourself up a little bit more to the people around you in order to get that vision. So for as the day progresses, we got this yesterday, the Judgment card. This was our conflict card for yesterday, but today it's an image of where we're headed as the day progresses. And I'm seeing community in this card. It's almost like it doesn't, calling back to this Nine of Cups, it doesn't matter what anyone has. Like we're all sort of going to be affected by the same things eventually. So that's what I'm getting. There's an equalizing energy to the day as it goes on. It's like you'll see beyond beyond your own world. I think you're going to see a lot more around you as the day progresses. The card that came through with this one is the Ram and Dahlia for determination. This is Aries energy. And so the Dahlia is a card that flowers long after others have succumbed to the winter. And the Ram itself is really about pushing things through. So I think it's like there's an energy here. I think this is about assessing. You're just going to see things very clearly as the day goes on. Almost like if there is an energy around you that doesn't feel supportive, you're going to be able to put it in its box. But there will be other people that rise to the surface that you can see like, oh, actually, yeah, like you're really, we can have a great communication, or this is a very healthy relationship for me. And the same goes for goals. It's almost like you'll be able to see what you're doing that isn't beneficial. So almost like you will find that sword handle rather than gripping the blade. And for the overall energy of the day, we had the Tower card come in reversed. And so again, with the Judgment card, there's a reset happening today. So I love this energy because I think The Ace of Swords is this lack of clarity, but I think clarity is absolutely coming. And I would just go with it. There's, this card is really about an unmasking. It's like whatever you've built up on is going to tumble anyway. So I don't think there's anything specific that you have to do today to take action. It's just gonna naturally unveil itself, like that Judgment card will arise. The card that came through with that is the Hare and Oak for new opportunities. So there's definitely a new insight coming through, and I think pay attention to it. Maybe if there are patterns that you're sinking into that are blocking you, I think let those fall away. I even do something a little bit different or unusual. And again, that Ace of Swords is like, think about the easier way or the more logical pathway of like gripping the handle instead of the blade. If that resonates with you at all, I think that's the message here, is like with that kind of simplicity, that backing off of making things difficult is going to come huge transformation and opportunity for you. But yeah, and I think there's definitely something about the people around you as well. So keep an eye out for those who are really meeting you halfway, who are really wanting to be a part of your journey and you theirs. I hope this is helpful. Have a wonderful Thursday.